We are in Melaka. My voice is a little bit weird today because I actually been sick for a few days. That's a completely different story. We're in Melaka, and if you watch the video, the previous one, you're like, you were in a different city, were you? I were, and I got sick. I'm still struggling a little bit, but it's almost over. Actually, thought it was done. So we are in Melaka, which apparently is a World Heritage City. I didn't know anything about that when I got here. The only thing, in fact, I knew about this city was the name of this city. That's it. There's a huge sign over here I'm gonna show you later that says World Heritage City. It is super beautiful here, and it has this canal along the city, which we're gonna walk today, and it's gonna be super beautiful all the way here. I'm looking so much forward to showing you all of this. I've been walking here the last few days, up and down the river. It's so nice here. It's a little bit windy today. Hopefully it's not gonna be too bad with the audio. Let's check this place out. So first things about Melaka. It is like touristy, but it's not like too much, at least during the day. As you see here, I'm at the riverside, and I'm kind of all alone, at least on this side of the river. Right up here, it's a little bit more crowded with people, and then at night, it will be a little bit more crowded. I don't know if people are at the beach or whatever during the day, but right here, like there's nobody around. It looks to be a very nice city for people with kids. Also, I see a lot of families around. So there's probably a lot of stuff to do with that. So on the other side here is all restaurants and bars. I walked on that side a few times, and sometimes they will ask you in. A lot of times actually not, which is really nice. I'm pretty sure it's all like very tourist stuff. And the funny thing about this city, that is windy. Funny thing about this city, up until 7 in the evening, there's a lot of restaurants open. They're super nice. After 7, they will close, and then there will only be the touristy places. So if you're here, at least in the center Chinatown area here, if you want to eat nice and cheap food, you should eat before 7, because after 7 it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be expensive. And as you see, our friends from Copenhagen, Denmark, Carlsberg, it's all over Malaysia too. They should now sponsor me since I mentioned them so many times throughout Asia. So here we have it. Welcome to Melaka, World Heritage City. That's cool. What's also cool is right here there are like an old kind of building. See what it says on the sign down here. Right next to the sign and the old building here is also this church. And religion-wise, Malaysia so far, I think they have them all, and it seems like people are living happily together, which is amazing to see, that it doesn't matter what you call your God. It almost reminds me of Copenhagen, Nyhavn, with all of the colorful restaurants along the river here. And I feel like there's a lot of people taking photos here just like Nyhavn. And there's a whole lot of street art all over the city, just like this. So beautiful. Like in general, very colorful city. It's amazing. And then there's a lot of bridges, some of them also so beautiful. And plants and flowers all over. So many buildings also in the city. They have all of these plants outside. It's so beautiful. Like absolutely love putting plants and trees and stuff like that, like inside a city. So beautiful. This place also decided to put old car parts as decoration. It looks pretty cool actually. And as you see here, actually planted trees and then shaped in different kinds of shapes. That was a great expression, that one. It's just so beautiful and cozy here in general. I actually don't know about the quality. I'm trying to record over here. I actually don't know about the quality of the food on the restaurants here. I guess it is like every other touristy places. A lot of shit and then probably 1 or 2 places that are good. I guess if you're gonna eat here along the river, Google Map will be your friend, and then check out the ratings of the different places. What you also saw in the start, there are canal tours here. It looks extremely touristy. I'm not gonna do it, that's for sure. But it's probably very nice if you're here with your family to just jump in the boat and then go on a tour. I guess they probably also tell a little bit about the city. At least in Copenhagen they do that. It's actually so impressive how quiet it is. I can't remember what day it is. It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Friday tomorrow. Being this quiet, actually it's the first time I walked here when it's this quiet. I guess also because it's in the middle of the day. A lot of people doesn't like to be out in the sun. But so far we met like 3 people on this walk here. This is amazing. So beautiful. That's gonna be the word of the video. So beautiful. I'm so sorry. We're gonna take a thumbnail here. I will say in general, people are very friendly here. It's kind of from neutral, which is fine with me, to being very friendly. Only had 1 bad experience, and I'm not quite sure. Just gonna wait till this boat is passed. I don't expect like people to always be super happy and friendly. I do, however, always expect people to not be like an asshole. So there only been 1 person here that have been not nice, and that was my second Grab tour from where I was staying in the previous city to the station. And this is so weird, and that is the main reason why I always use apps, if it's possible, is to avoid these kinds of people. My guess is he's an old cab driver realizing Grab is the future. Just don't realizing that on Grab people actually have a say about you. So when you take a Grab, and same thing with Uber, after you ride you can put 1 to 5 star and leave a comment, leave a tip if you want to. And on Grab, I don't know if it's like that on Uber nowadays also, but at least on Grab, there will be like different things you can select also. Like cool ride, great personality and stuff like that. And if people are awesome, which the first guy was, I put on great personality, 5 stars. So this guy here didn't jump out of the car, which I guess is okay to put in my suitcase. Or open up the trunk, and normally I will put the suitcase on my own. A lot of times they will then do it for me, like kind of take the suitcase out of my hands. This guy just stayed in his seat. I came in, said hi, and he was like all grumpy, and I said, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah. And then he drove like crazy. He was super fast, but very like, if you've been in a taxi where they really want to go fast, that was how he was driving. Which again makes me think he's an old cab driver switching. At the end of the ride, same thing. He didn't say bye anything, didn't go out of the car. So when they don't go out of the car and I have my backpack or whatever in the trunk, I'll leave the door open and go and get it so they don't drive away when I'm walking around, right? So I left the door open, went around the car, got my suitcase out of the trunk, and then back and said, have a wonderful day, and he didn't say anything. Went into the station, of course I needed to make a review on him, because like this is the main reason why I use these apps. I gave him 2 stars, which says poor. So it's like just 1 step over horrible. I think the great thing was he was fast. And like for some people it would have been too fast. But if you're in a rush, that's kind of nice. The whole attitude, however, has no place on Grab, which I also wrote down. I think exactly what I wrote down was, this reminded me of the old days where we were forced to take a cab. And and has no place on Grab. And then I gave a longer explanation about what and so on. I hope that he will read the message and then consider his attitude from the future. However, if he continues like that, people will give him bad reviews, and then Grab will say, you don't belong on our platform. So, like, it's complete suicide to act like that as a driver. And I don't think I ever tried it. I saw Sonny Jasmine in Bangkok. Somebody tried to ask for some money to take the highway or something like that. Everything is paid for in the app. Everything is paid for. So if you go to the airport and there is a fee, it will charge within the app for the fee. Never pay anybody. Everything is done on the app, always. She also refused. The guy drove back. Like, there's only one thing to do with these people that think they can cheat the system like that. Report them to Grab or Uber or whatever, and then that's the end. Okay, more positive note. Take a look at this building right over here. It's so beautiful. So this one actually is an art installation. It's not just like a color. So with different kinds of paintings and people on it, super, super, super beautiful. It doesn't look like it's painted yesterday, and I get it. Like, it's a lot of work to paint it like that, and it also have this very nice thing where it's kind of wearing out a little bit, but so beautiful. And then there are all of these small, tiny little park areas to sit and chill in under a palm tree. And as you see here, all of these are lights. So when you take the walk in the evening, it's actually a completely different experience. So it's like kind of 2-in-1. During the daytime, where you really can see all of the colorful building, and then at night with all of the lights, and a lot of trees around here would have light in them. So professional with a tripod for the phone. I think that tripod is actually bigger than mine, and they're using it only with a phone. That's impressive. So beautiful, that building there. So beautiful. And here, that was what I was talking about before also. So a lot of colorful building, and also a lot of these, like, this is not even a building anymore. It looks super beautiful with all of the green stuff on it. Fortunately, I think there was a fire in that building, which is a shame. It's so beautiful, and there's a lot of this stuff around where the building actually still stands and people live there, or there is some kind of shop there. But it is, a lot of it looks like this also, like with this old wearing out stuff. Absolutely in love with that. And then with all of the greenery. And then Melaka, of course, also have bigger buildings. I think mostly it's flat and like old. But it have this one. I actually have no clue how many people are living here. And then as you see here, you can actually bike around the city. There's a lot of places renting out bikes here. Probably super nice to cruise around on a bike. I don't gonna have time for it because I leave tomorrow, so some other time. I'm not quite sure if you're able to see it, but all of the different pillars, what are they called? These ones, support beams, have actually different colors. So it's kind of like a rainbow. And as you see, there's light on it. So light up at night. Again, completely different experience. And there are a lot of toilets around. And as you see, even the toilets are very, very beautiful. And there is this little wheel. I've never seen it in function, so maybe it's just because I haven't been here when they're open, or maybe it's just not working. So beautiful, the bridge also here, right? And here, this looks like it's kind of in process, right? And a little funny thing with the color manufacturer sponsoring, I've seen that other places also, actually. I guess when you use a lot of paint, it's nice to have a sponsor. It's actually a little bit on the impressive side how much art there are in this city. And a lot of it is super beautiful. Oh, look at the staircase here. So now we're actually entering this little walk path, which is out in the water on this little bridge kind of thing. In the start here is nothing special. When we go a little bit further in, it's actually like walking in a tiny little forest because of all of the trees around. So you feel like you're walking in a little bit of a forest thing. And let's see if we can see some wild animals. I've seen them every time I walked here so far. Take a look at these ones. They're actually light poles. Super beautiful along the park here with light and everything. Like, it's not that there's no trash here. There are trash. It's just not that bad, and it's mostly in this. Like, I don't really see anything floating around. And then this guy here. When I saw it the first time, I was like, have I been dreaming about this one? I guess it will be some kind of artist doing this, and he's been in some of the other Asian countries doing the exact same, or somebody else copied the person making these ones, because we've seen these ones around. Okay, I see one there. It's small and it looks to be dead, but at least we see one. Oh, it is alive. It moves its head. Seems like it kind of noticed that I'm looking at it. It's very small. Like the other ones I've seen here is like been at least twice the size, maybe 3 times the size. It's still super cool. Oh, here's one more. This one looks a little bit different though. And this one is a proper size. We get to see one. I guess it's like 1.30 meters probably. And it's alive. Here you can really see that we're back in the Southeast Asia again. Absolutely love that kind of style of buildings on the other side there. And this must be one of the more cool roofs in all of this country. And that's so cool. I guess somebody likes the country a lot. Very beautiful. And here you see like the more modern, bigger buildings also. And then with the old stuff right in front of it, love the contrast always. So beautiful. And as you see right there, warms my Copenhagen heart every time when I see this. This is also for biking, all of this path we've just been walking. Here, take a look at how beautiful these bridges are. And then with the water reflecting right here, so incredible, so beautiful. So from the top of this very beautiful ridge, it's gonna be the end of the video, this walk along the river. It actually continues a while, but what a beautiful, beautiful place. Like, you should go and watch it here also at night if you're around. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're gonna be in Kuala Lumpur. We're gonna be there for quite some time, so we're gonna make a few videos there. Very much looking forward to see how the capital, if it is the capital, I think it is, at least the biggest city in the country, how that is. And we're gonna stay right in the center. Gonna be amazing. Okay, enough of me talking. See you in the next one. Bye.